Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a new project. It's called MV Adapter. And this project main selling point is creating this here, consistent characters with different viewing angles. As you can see in this screenshot here, we have a front view, we have a back view, and then we have a left side and a right side. Now, the left side and right sides are not mirrored. So if you pay close attention to this here, which is the left side of the character, and if we count in the hair, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on this side here, you can see that we have more. So it's actually generating and it gives you that impression that it's slightly imperfect, which we see in characters, in normal real human beings. Now, before we jump into how to do things inside of ComfyUI or the standalone web UI, let's take a look at the project page itself. Of course, the links will be in the description below. You can see in the about page here, it tells us that it can create multi-view consistent image generation. It's basically a character in different views. Now, I'm saying character, but it can actually generate other things as well. Things to note here, we'll need to use an SDXL model. It can also generate at 768. That's the optimal resolution. And from this page here, you can see a few things that you can do. We have realistic, we have sketch, there's ControlNet. It can also use the SDXL Lightning, and somewhere you will see it can also do LCM model. So it's quite fast when it comes to generating these images. So these are the highlights here. We've already touched on these points, and it can also do conditioning from text as well as image. So in today's video, we'll try to explore as many of these features as we can. Now, if you want to run this MV Adapter project as a standalone project, then you will need to go into installation here and run all of these. Basically clone the repo. You will need to create a virtual environment that's going to require Python 3.10, install the dependencies, and then you will need to run this script here and then pass in a couple of arguments. And if we scroll down, you can see that here we have that astronaut riding a horse. Then we have a photo of a frog. As you can see, it's generating these different views, and it's quite nice. Now, the other models which it supports, we have the anime style model. This one is Animagine XL 3.1. Then we have Dream Shaper. Scrolling down, this is the other aspect that I was mentioning. You can also generate these. I'm guessing this is a house, and we have like a dragon theme in there. So it's not just characters. It can also generate other things. Below you will have all these scripts, and you can see how to run if you want to change the model. For example, this is for a personalized model, and this is the standalone project. Now, for today's video, I'm going to show you the ComfyUI version, but you can just run these scripts if you know how to do it. Now, for the ComfyUI, you'll need to scroll all the way down until you see the ComfyUI header. And then it tells you here that the project is the ComfyUI MV Adapter. So let's go over there, and scrolling down a little bit. It does not have all the features from the standalone. So you can see more features are coming, but we can generate images from a text prompt as well as from a single image. So we'll take a look at those two. Installation, very easy. We just need to git clone and then pip install -r requirements.txt. I will show you a little bit later on how to do it. Now, the one thing that I don't like about this project is that the code is basically the diffusers that we have here, and it's just ported to work inside of ComfyUI. So you will not be able to use any of your usual ComfyUI checkpoints, the ones that you use with the load checkpoint, the simple load checkpoint. Instead, you will need to grab one from Hugging Face, a diffusers format, and then just add it here where it will download that diffusers format automatically. And this is the node that tells us. So hopefully we get an actual ComfyUI implementation. So it's not really a a full ComfyUI implementation. It's more like an unofficial ComfyUI implementation. Now we have the workflow here. This is the text to image workflow, and then below we have one from a single image one. All right, so let's go for the installation. To install, we'll need to click here on the code button and then click here to copy the GitHub repository. Then open your file explorer and go inside of the ComfyUI folder, this one here. Next, go inside the custom nodes folder, and then at the top here, you will type in cmd, press enter. This will open a command prompt. Then type in git clone and then Control V to paste that GitHub link. Press enter and it will clone that repository. Now, if you type in git and then you don't get any output, it tells you that git is a missing command, then you will need to install git. You can watch this video here where it says installing ComfyUI and ComfyUI manager. Just scroll through and at some point I show you how to install git, at least on Windows, since that is what I am using. Now back to the terminal here. Once the cloning is completed, type in cd space ComfyUI-mv adapter. Press enter. This will take you inside that directory where we have the requirements.txt here. Now, since we are using ComfyUI here, we'll need to use the Python, which is from the ComfyUI. Now, if like me, you have the portable version of ComfyUI, then you will need to go inside the Python embedded folder. Scroll until you can see this python.exe. Right click on it and then select copy as path. Now go back into your terminal, press Ctrl V to paste it, press space -m pip install -r requirements.txt. If you're not using the portable version, in case you are using a manual installation of ComfyUI, then you will need to activate your virtual environment. I'm sure you're already aware of how to do that, and then type in the pip install -r requirements.txt. Press enter and it will go download the required dependencies, and then at the end it will install it. If you see warnings like these, you can ignore this. These are not errors, they are just warning messages. All right, so once completed, you can start your ComfyUI. Now go back to your terminal and check to make sure that this ComfyUI MV adapter was installed successfully and there are no error messages showing in the ComfyUI log here. Now for the workflows, it's already included in the custom node download. So let's go into workflow here, click on open and then navigate to your ComfyUI installation folder, go into the custom nodes folder and then into the ComfyUI MV adapter folder. Now inside you will see workflows, go inside it and then you will get a couple of workflows. Now it's quite simple to identify what these workflows means. So at the top here, we have I to MV, and this is basically image to MV adapter. And then at the bottom here, we have these two, which says T in front, and these ones are text to MV adapter. So to start with, I'm going to go with this text to MV underscore SDXL diffusers. Select it, click on open, and it will open the workflow like this. Now, as you can see here, it's the diffusers pipeline loader, and we need to pass in the Hugging Face repository where that diffusers format checkpoint is located. The sampler here is where we are going to put our number of views. Then we are going to specify the positive prompt here, and then the negative prompt down below. Remember, this is SDXL, so we have access to negative prompt as well. Now for this generation, I'm going to leave it as randomized, and we have the default steps here as 50. So to test if the workflow is working, I'm going to leave everything as default and then click on the Q prompt here. Okay, so from the terminal here, this integrated terminal, we can see that it's downloading some files here, and it's at this diffusers pipeline loader stage here. All right, so it's completed, and I'm not going to count this time taken here since it was downloading all the models, but we can see what's happening here. So we have number of views as 6. We got 6 images. These are individual images. This is one side. So I'm guessing it's automatically calculating the viewing degree angle here. This will probably be 45 degree, and then we'll have the back view, the other side, the front view, and then again another 45 degree view. Let me change the prompt and then we can see what's going to happen. So a portrait of a, no, actually, since this is SDXL, we'll have to use the tag format. So I think we have to do this on boy. So I'm going to go with this prompt and let's execute it. Okay, looking at system resources, we can see that my GPU is at 100%. It was maxed out here when it was generating. And for a little bit it lagged. I was not able to capture a good screenshot of it. So it's a little bit under 2 minutes for me. Now, depending on your GPU, it may take less time or more time. And here is the result. So this is the front view. We have a tattoo here. I asked for a tattoo, sunglasses, red hair, and now we can start to see a little bit more of the tattoo. And then we see that in the back of the neck as well, we have the tattoo. Now, by the way, the design and the clothes is still here, going from the front view to the 45 degree angle. And then next we can see that the tattoo is still on the same side, and then the back of the neck as well. And a little bit of this design here is showing here, and the back, and I'm not sure what kind of cloth this is, but the pattern is still there, the tattoo is still there. And then we'll move on to the other side. We can see it's the same thing, but on the face we don't have that tattoo anymore. We still have this pattern that was in the front of the cloth. And again, 45 degree on the other side, we have the same thing. So it's quite nice. It's quite consistent. It's actually very consistent, I would say. So this one is a single image to a multi-view consistent generation. And well, I'm guessing it's going to download a model here, but it's still using the same stable diffusion base, which has already been downloaded and will be in the Hugging Face cache folder. So let's drag this inside of ComfyUI on top of the load image node. We already have a prompt for it. It's the same prompt. Okay, so I actually got an error saying that tensor of A3 must match the tensor B of 6. All right, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Checking the task manager here in my GPU, you can see that's 100% utilization. VRAM as well is maxed out. So it's doing something. In the terminal here, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just saying this message here. It's just telling me that it will be ignored. I think I'm just going to cancel this one out. I guess this is where I'm going to stop it. Now, if you're able to do the image to the MV adapter, then let me know how it goes with it. Now, from the example here, we can see that it's actually generating, but I'm not quite sure how consistent it is. Now, all of these examples, now including this one, they are quite good, but it's only when you test it, when you try to use it, and that's when you'll know if it's actually good or if it's just these cherry-picked images, screenshots that are being shown here. Now, of course, there's a lot to test. We can also test different models, but right now the stage that it's at, it's quite difficult to use inside of ComfyUI since we have to supply the diffusers pipeline instead of going into Civic AI, get a model, any SDXL model, and then simply download it. In this one, we need to make sure that it's from Hugging Face, get it from there, and then, well, that's an extra download as well, since normally in ComfyUI, you'll be using the .save tensors or checkpoints. Also, for this ComfyUI, we don't have anything related to the control nets, since we know from this project page here, we have control net as well, which is supported. So if you're using the standalone version, you will get the Gradio application. I'm pretty sure this is a Gradio application. Let's go. Yeah, you can see that we have two, that's Gradio application, and then we have these which are just Python scripts. If you want to use the Gradio application, it's going to be like this, where we have the Gradio demo here. And from this screenshot, we don't seem to have a lot of control. It's just a UI to type in the positive prompt, and then we have remove background here. I'm not sure why it's in here, but that's an option. And then this is going to be for the image, where we are supplying the image as input, and then we are getting the different view angles. Now, going top here, we can see that all of these images are 6 in total. So I'm guessing cannot change the number of views, although here we see only 3. All right, so I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I'll keep an eye on this project to see if it's going to get the updates. It says here more features are coming. I'm not sure when they will be coming. This project is 5 days old, and there has been some developments. Let's just hope that we get a different version. This version, Personally, I would consider this as the unofficial version. It's not really according to the ComfyUI ways. It's just using the diffusers pipeline and then making a port so that it works inside of ComfyUI. That's how I see it right now. All right, so thank you for watching until the very end. Hopefully you've seen a little bit what's to come when it comes to consistent characters. This topic has been explored a lot. We've seen IP adapters. We've seen a lot of other things like control nets, or even trying to use 3D models and then manually creating these different views and then doing image to image with it as well. But with this one, at least it's able to generate 6 images, different viewing angles, and it's quite consistent based on the demo images that we're seeing here. It's just the format is not quite accessible, quite flexible to be used inside of ComfyUI at this stage right now. All right, so thank you for watching until the very end. I hope you have a great day ahead. Take care, and I will see you next time.